Welfare leads to poverty, also known as welfare keeps people in poverty. Why should I work to improve my living standards when government pays me to stay where I am? This is a pretty poor statement to make. It assumes, sans evidence, that the ability of a support mechanism that prevents people from starving to death if they fall on hard times will lead to people deciding that they can stay on said support mechanism rather than put in the effort to better their position. It also further assumes that the government, that evil icon of worship for people who don't hate authority, wants people to remain in the same position they are in for life. Clearly such reasoning is ludicrous and well beyond a joke. I really don't know where these people get their ideas from. Let's start with an anecdote. I've been unemployed in the past. Whenever I am unemployed, I am forced to claim job seekers allowance and follow the conditions that are attached. I must look for a job, and I must show that I have done so. The money that I am paid barely pays for food. It doesn't cover household bills, and it doesn't cover rent on a property. That's something you have to claim for separately, and the money goes directly to the owner of the property in order to ensure that it's been paid. No one in their right mind will want to stay in that position. If you wish to provide examples of people who choose to remain on welfare, don't bother citing the Gorilla 199s of the world, because those people are clearly not in their right mind. As an IT technician and someone who has worked in both customer service and first-line technical support desk environments, I can earn a lot more than I will ever receive in welfare payments from the state. There's simply no comparison, and that's from someone who earns a wage under the higher tax bracket. For those who earn above the tax bracket, which in the UK is about $40,000 a year, there is simply no option to stay on welfare if they lose their job. It can happen to them. It wouldn't be the first time a $40,000 a year earner has lost their job due to redundancies, job role changes, business reorganisations, and other circumstances beyond their control. There's no possible way they will want to stay in Welfaresville if they can possibly get themselves out of the situation. And don't bother asking me for statistics, because it should be blatantly fucking obvious that a high earnings capacity worker will want to maintain that ability to pull in a high wage. Even I prefer working for a living to claiming off of the state, given that even if I earned minimum wage, I can pull in between 5 and 8 times as much money as I would receive in welfare payments just by having a full-time job. That, by the way, is thanks to minimum wage. If I were working for a company that pays me £2 an hour, it would not be worth me getting into work if I had lost my job. The fact that I can expect a minimum wage of about £6 an hour, and I earn more than that with the work I do, makes getting any job worth the effort, as it will get me off of the welfare system. And this applies to all kinds of people, possibly excepting those who are not within their right minds, or for those trying to defraud the state of public money. So, the argument that welfare causes people to remain in poverty is not backed up by any real-world facts or examples. If it were, then you would see majority unemployment as opposed to majority employment.